Good afternoon to those who listen. It's 2 o'clock p.m. exactly, August 22nd, 2026, and going through some Bible changes. I've been seeing a lot of italics words in here, and I've seen these for a long time and wondered, and even thought about, are these words changed, or maybe another theory I came up with, could it be something where they're going to change that word into something else in the future? So a possible Bible future change. And thanks to Peace in the Valley for bringing it up again. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but never really did anything about it. But today I'm going to do a few things, and I was just going to continue on with the Psalms changes 95 through 99, and I couldn't believe how many I came up with. So I got a new thing for the italics words. Just going to kind of keep a thing of it. I don't know if I'm going to do it for every book, chapter, verse, because there's so many. I didn't realize there were so many, but it's something to maybe keep an eye on to see if they actually do change, or maybe it changed and it used to be something else. I don't know. But something to look into. So I'm using pink for that because pink I have just for the emoticons, and we'll add that, so that'll be emoticons and italics. Just try it out, see what happens. And then in a future time, maybe go back and look at these. I don't know how much I'm going to do. I noticed there's a lot of R's and is's and ins. But the ones that are mainly ones different, than the verbs, I guess. So these are going to be Bible changes in Psalms 95 through 99. We got the orange for bad English or punctuation in this case. But then, so the first one actually is, it's not actually a change, it's with the new italics. So they got is in italics in verse 3, in verse 4, are, and then another is and is. And this one is more, I want to look for to see if land changes. So, and his hands formed the dry land. See if that one changes. There wasn't as many changes. It's weird too, because when I started this one, I don't know how many there are in the chapters before and all of that, but I noticed a lot of these italics and not so much of the changes. There are some, but not as much. We got verse 8 and in, and it seems like it's fine. It's not like it's the change. If it is a change, it's not like it's noticeable, It fits, something that you wouldn't think. Okay, so the first thing we got for bad English is in verse 10, Psalm 95:10. It is a people. It is a people. And then verse 11, unto whom I swear. I heard that swear is changed in the Bible. It shouldn't be there because God doesn't swear. Unto whom I swear in my wrath, that they should not enter into my rest. Psalm 96, we have a big space in between O and sing. And then we got some more italic words. Is, are. I think honor should be without the U. We got another R. So I'm not going to pay attention as much for the italics for these is's and ins and R's. They seem to be pretty common. Now here's one. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Why is that one in italics? And then we got a that in verse 10. Bad English in verse 11. Not that one. And the fullness thereof. I think it's just, listen to the way it sounds. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof. It's like it's not complete. And the fullness thereof. And then fullness I think is okay. But the way it sounds, let the sea roar and the fullness thereof, it's like something's missing. Let the fullness, what else? Doesn't make no sense. Verse 12, we got another is in italics. Here's another thing too I've noticed. Look at this. It happens another time coming up. Verse 12 is like incomplete, and then it starts a whole nother verse. Then shall the trees of the wood rejoice. No comma, no period, nothing. And then the sentence continues in the next verse. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice before the Lord. It's not all contained in one verse. Verse 13 also, he shall judge the world. I think it's supposed to be earth, not the world. I've been noticing more worlds in the Bible lately. Psalm 97, we have thereof for the first verse for the italicized. Let the multitude of the owls be glad thereof. I don't know if that's bad English too. Verse 4, his lightnings enlightened the world. Lightnings enlightened. It's like, no, enlightened. So it was like the lightning was teaching something. It showed wisdom or knowledge. What? The lightnings enlightened? Like, oh, you taught me something, so now I've been enlightened. No, that doesn't seem right at all. Verse 7, we have confounded be all they. I'm not sure if confounded is a change, but listen to the way it sounds, bad English. Confounded be all they. Maybe confounded be they that serve graven images. But confounded be all they. We got, here's an interesting, I forgot about this one, ye. So we got in verse 7 also, all ye gods, ye is italicized. And in verse 9 we got art. For thou, Lord, art high above. What are they going to change that to? If it's a change, if it's going to be a change. Psalm 98, for he hath done marvelous things, his right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory. So that's bad English. Hath gotten him the victory. We got, now this one I thought was really strange. So we don't have any italicized words all the way through until we get down farther. Verse 6, with trumpets and sound of cornet. So it's bad English. With trumpets and sounds of a cornet, and sound of cornet. See, it doesn't sound right. But what about cornet? Does anybody remember cornet being in the Bible? Verse 7, the bad English, let the sea roar and the fullness thereof. What? It's incomplete again. Verse 8, we have italicized, their hands. And again, here's another verse. Look at, let the floods clap their hands, let the hills be joyful together, and then it goes into the next verse. Let the hills be joyful together before the Lord. Why is it in two separate, why is the sentence going in from one verse to the next verse? And verse 9, this is 98:9. Let's read the whole thing. Before the Lord, which is incomplete, because it's before the Lord, and then it's, come on. But it's weird. For he cometh to judge the earth, with righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. With equity, that sounds like the DEI stuff. Come on. Psalm 99. We got between for the italicized word. So that one I would pay attention more. So he sitteth between. What else would they change that to? Or did it change to between? Two ises, italicized. Verse 3, let them praise thy great and terrible name. Verse 4, we got equity again. Thou dost, bad English, establish equity. And then verse 5, and worship at his footstool, for he is holy. For is italicized. Verse 7, he spake, spake might be another one, unto them in the cloudy pillar. The cloudy pillar? I'm not sure about ordinance. They kept his testimonies and the ordinance. I'm not sure about that one. But then we got that as italicized. And verse 8, we have wast. Thou wast a God that forgavest them. Though, I can't even. Though thou tookest. So let's read the whole thing. Thou answeredest. That's answeredest should probably be there too. Thou answeredest them, O Lord our God. Thou wast a God that forgavest them, though thou tookest vengeance in their inventions. And inventions would be a change. And then we have one more italicized word is. I notice there's a lot of is's and r's and in. But let's keep track of more of the different ones, like between and art and land, whatever land was. We'll see what happens with that. So I marked them down. We'll see if any of those change in the future. I don't know if that's what that italicized words are. Does it mean that it's changed already? Or does it mean maybe they're going to change it in the future? I don't know. Thanks for reading along. God bless.